Welcome to the Q&A session of the Chanel Allure line. Your questions will be answered today. Now, here's our host, Mark, aka Fragrance Guru. Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome to the Q&A session of the Chanel Allure line. As you can see, this is the meat and potatoes of the Allure line. I am just missing the Cologne version of the Sport. But I just want to thank all my subscribers for your participation in this video. The questions were in abundance. There's over 30 replies. So I'm going to try to do my best to answer the best of the bulk. So let's get to it. Let's go to the first question. Mr. Travis Diaz asks, which do you feel is the best buy of them all? Alright, thanks a lot Mr. Travis Diaz for your question. Now the best out of the bunch. The best buy out of the bunch, I can't give you an answer. They're all fantastic fragrances. As you can see, I rated them 8, 9s across the board. Great fragrances. You can't go wrong with either one. If I had to choose one, it'd probably be Edition Blanche, but that is personal preference. Any one of these is a good purchase. Jack 3D Fibres asks, which bottle would be best for nightclub setting? Great question. Nightclub setting. Well, the Chanel Allure line, not the best for a nightclub setting. Definitely if you're going to a club that's pumping techno, R&B, pop music, this ain't the one to go with. Either one, wrong. Now, if we're going to a club that's actually a little more upscale, we got martinis, we got women in dresses, and you're wearing like a tux or something really nice, then upscale, these are all great for that type of setting. I would go with probably one of these two in cooler settings, and if it's warmer, then I'd go with these two right here, Edition Blanche and Sport. So that would be the best setting. But if you're going to a club and it's going to get sweaty, none of these is good for that type of setting. X Rapid Fire 111X asks, could you compare the longevity of the three? Longevity. Longevity is a touchy subject because everybody's skin is different, everybody's nose is different. But I'll give you a good take on these Allure bottles. Most of these are average or above average, I think. They're not bombs and they're not poor. So let's take a look. First of all, the original Allure. I get, give or take, 7 to 9 hours with this fragrance. It's pretty good. Now the Edition Blanche right here, same thing, 6 to 9 hours is a good scale for this one. And then this one right here, the Sport, 6 to 8 hours with this fragrance. So basically, you get the same type of longevity with all these fragrances. And of course, it's very subjective. So different people get different takes. But for me, these are around the same. Hardcore Destroyer asks, first of all, that's a great name, which is the best all-season signature scent? Best all-season signature scent out of this line. You can't go wrong with either one of these fragrances. It all depends if you're in a warmer tropic or a cooler tropic. I think I hit it up a little bit in my Sport review. If you're really in the cooler tropic like myself in Canada, we get basically 6 to 7 to 8 months of cool weather. This one is a great signature scent for you, the regular Allure, because it's a much deeper fragrance, a lot of spice and woods, so definitely great for that. Now, if you're in the warmer climate, Florida, something like that, California, you're going to get a lot more warmer days, and I say these two would be great for it, Edition Blanche or Sport. It all depends on your flavor. But definitely all of these are great, versatile, signature, all-season scents. Lacoste DE asks, is Allure Edition Blanche a vanilla-based fragrance? Alright, great question on Edition Blanche. Now, Edition Blanche I would say is more of a lemon-based fragrance. A vanilla-based fragrance would be more into the Le Mans, Givenchy pie, things like that, that the main accord is vanilla, and that's all you're going to be getting. Vanilla is more of a supporting role in Edition Blanche. It really gives you like a creaminess to the fragrance. Thanks for the question.
Cool Cruise asks, would you prefer the Allure Homme Sport Eau de Toilette or the Cologne in the clear bottle?
Good question, Cool Cruise. But for the Sport, we got the EDT, which is this one, and then there's a Cologne version in a clear bottle. And which one would I prefer? Well, the Cologne version, I haven't had much experience with it. I sniffed it in stores a few times. A very nice citrus-based fragrance. I believe it brings out the citrus much more than this guy right here. But either way, I believe, as far as a collective group of how many people actually enjoy this to the other one, I would say most people enjoy the Eau de Toilette than the Cologne version. And I would believe that this one would last much longer on your skin also.
Lovely Little Lullaby asks, what kind of guy do you see wearing the original Allure Homme? Age and outfit. Do you think anyone can wear it?
Alright, what kind of guy would be wearing this stuff? I'll show you a picture of what kind of guy wears this stuff. Cue the picture.
Barry N94 asks, which bottle from the Allure line would you say is the best for guys under 20?
Which Allure is best for a teenager or somebody under 20 years old? Definitely these, most of them have a mature vibe to them. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Sport. It has an aquatic tinge with some citrus, which definitely helps its case for the teenager. So this is a great fragrance for you. You'll be really upscale with it. So definitely this is the one to rock if you're younger.
Warrior Discuss 7 asks, why did Jacques Page have to do such a good job? Because Allure Sport is becoming the new Aqua di Gio.
Warrior Discuss, great question about Allure Sport and its popularity right now. It really sounds like someone is going to lose their signature scent sometime soon because of popularity. You can't do much about it. It's a great juice, and it's very popular at the moment. Perhaps you have to start looking for the next great thing.
DK Mode 83 asks, which one do you enjoy wearing the most out of the three?
The one that I enjoy the most wearing out of all of these fragrances, definitely the one that keeps me entertained as far as the Allure line, I think is the original Allure. But the one that I really go for, that I really enjoy, and the one that I actually first bought from this Allure line when I tested them out is Edition Blanche. This is my favorite from the line, and I wouldn't go without a bottle of Edition Blanche.
Linus 412 asks, are you still going to wear Edition Blanche on your wedding, or has your taste in fragrances changed?
For wedding setting, especially on a beachside wedding, I really want a classy fragrance, but it has to be definitely good for the warmer climate. And the best way to choose that was grab a classy lemon. And this is the classiest lemon I have encountered, which is Allure Homme Edition Blanche. And yes, it is still my choice for a wedding day fragrance in the warm climate.
Alex 05 asks, which is best for a classroom setting?
The perfect classroom setting for the Allure line, I would have to say the closest one would have to be Sport. It's very versatile, so it would be a good classroom.
Raybans asks, which one do you use the most and why? You have a lot of bottles, of course, so have you become bored with any of them and stopped wearing them?
Now to answer some of your questions, the first one, do I ever get bored of my fragrances? No. I really keep them in heavy rotation. If I do get sick of a fragrance, I just leave it out of the rotation for a while. It happened with 1 million a few times that I just don't use it for a few months and then just revisit it.
As far as the Allure line, my favorite is Edition Blanche. The reason why is I wear it for special occasions. These two guys right here, the original Allure and Allure Sport, I really just wear them like a Swiss Army knife. If I'm in a rush and I know these things are gonna be perfect for any situation, this is for basically in the winter and the fall, and then I take this one up for the spring and the summer. So definitely Edition Blanche wins this one. Giddy54 asks, on bass notes, it gives only a few notes for Allure Homme, but on Fragrantica, it gives a crap load of notes. Which one would you go by?
Gideon is random questions. Alright, the note breakdown on Allure Homme, different from site to site. And it's not just Allure Homme, on a lot of fragrances it does that. Usually what I go by is what my nose gives me, which one is the closest. Some websites will have a few extra notes. They might be the same, and some might add a few notes here and there. Some notes just have different names. Usually I go on the main website of the fragrance. This would be Chanel. If they have a note breakdown, I'd go with that one. But definitely the note breakdown, what I go with, it doesn't have to be complicated. If it's what I sniff, then I go with the note breakdown that what I smell. If I can't smell those notes that they're giving me, I usually don't put it in my reviews. So I'd go with the one that matches with your nose.
Evans for you asks, how does the Allure line compare to the Dior Homme line? It appears like Allure Homme Sport has a fierce competition with Dior Homme Sport.
Now the age-old debate of Dior versus Chanel. These are both the cream of the crops in the designer section. Chanel has had the crown for a while, and Dior is aiming for the crown right now with their Homme line. Now the Dior Homme line is exquisite. It's amazing. Just like this Allure line, I think they get great scores, quality juice inside. It's all by personal preference, you know. I think you can't go wrong with either one. Some people hate this line. They think it's bland. Some people think Dior Homme is too feminine. So it's all about personal preference. The sports, you can't go wrong with either one, Dior or Chanel. So it all depends on your taste.
John Doe 85 asks, when directly comparing Edition Blanche versus Sport, which has better longevity and projection, which would you say is the most versatile, and which has gotten you more compliments?
Alright, Edition Blanche versus Sport. First of all, longevity and projection, your first question, it's a wash. They're both right about the same. As far as the most versatile, I would have to go with Sport. The Sport wins for versatility. And of course your last one, which one got me the most compliments? A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but you asked me, and it's Edition Blanche. I know Sport gets a lot with a lot of people. Edition Blanche, nice creamy lemon. Can't go wrong with it. Alright, thanks a lot.
Avocado Baby 1212 asks, could Bleu de Chanel be the fourth member of the Allure line, or is it significantly different?
Can Bleu be the fourth member of the Allure line? Actually, no, and I'm very happy because of this. Chanel has been, all three of these Allures, actually, well, these two have a strange resemblance to the original in some shape or form, and it was really nice for Chanel to do a fresh, safe scent, but in a different genre, a different dry down, and not an Allure blueprint, just mixed and different. So it was very nice and invigorating for Bleu to change up the pace for Chanel. So no, it can't be the fourth member. Sadly, it's an outcast.
I just want to thank everybody for their questions, great participation, and I really enjoyed doing revisiting the Allure line like this, and definitely, especially Edition Blanche, which I haven't used in a while. So I just want to thank everybody for your questions, your participation, and your support on my channel. Thank you.